Hi, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles again. We're still going through some of our incomplete dominant morphs. I've got one of my favorite ones to show you today. I don't think you can get any better for a single gene morph than these guys. They just have a great look to them, and when you breed them together, you make an all-white snake with blue eyes, and that's pretty cool. So without waiting any longer, let me introduce you to our Lesser Platinum, or our Lesser. These things go by a lot of names. You hear them called Lesser Platinum, not too often anymore. You hear them called Lessers, you also hear them called Butters. They're all the same thing. Lesser and Butter was just two different lines that got started. The one that we have is, we purchased as a Lesser line. But when you breed them together, you're going to get the same stuff. Lessers were started in 2001 by Ralph Davis Reptiles. Ralph's a pretty large breeder. He's got a lot of neat stuff. And he was the first one to produce these things right here, at least to let people know he was producing them. I love the way the colors fade down the sides, almost like it's melting. I think that's really cool. Everything appears to be really blushed out all through here. I mean, it's just a really neat color to the animal. And for a single gene, they're gorgeous. They're breathtaking animals. They're part of a complex, which is kind of neat. And what I mean by a complex is I already told you that if you breed two Lessers together, you get an all-white snake with blue eyes. It's called a bell, or a blue-eyed Lucy, or a blue-eyed leucistic. Lucy being just short for the leucistic part. But you can also make that by breeding a Lesser to a Mojave, or a Lesser to a Rousseau, or a Mojave to a Mojave. So there's several genetics that are closely related, and when they're bred, will interact with each other to make that. So it's a complex. So I could take a Lesser, breed to a Mojave, get that all-white snake with blue eyes, and then when I breed that snake, I'm only going to make Lessers or Mojaves. So they act like the same even though they're different. It's really cool. There's a bunch of technical terms for it we're not going to worry about dealing with right now, but it's kind of neat when it comes to breeding. I picked this up for the look and what it's able to do when mixed with other genes. I've been extremely happy with this snake since I got her. And there's just such depth to the pattern and the colors in them if you really start looking. I don't know if the camera really picks up some of the yellow that's in the sides through here. The way that the color kind of just fades out. I hope it does. Because they're just, I think they're gorgeous. They were one that when I saw pictures I wasn't too impressed when I first started getting into snakes. But when you see them live, they're quite breathtaking. Them and Champagne, I find both of those snakes that way. We'll get to Champagne sometime later. But that's our little Lesser girl.
I know last time on your episode you showed a baby pastel. Do you have any baby Lessers this time?
I do not have any baby Lessers this time. Thanks for asking. But no, she is not quite to size to produce. And she's our female Lesser. We have a male Lesser as well that I can show you who's a little bit younger. But the thing is, without her being to size, we haven't been able to breed her yet. She's just not quite there, and she probably needs about another season. So hopefully not this coming season, but the season after, I have no doubt that she'll be up to size. We'll be breeding and making some baby Lessers and some Lesser combos. So they're coming, but as of right now, we don't have any baby Lessers now. Which is unfortunate, because that'd be pretty cool if we did.
That yellow trait, is that something specific just to Lessers?
Which, the yellow on the sides?
Yes.
Yeah, but there's a lot of variations in the Lesser.
Can we see the male to compare?
We can. Absolutely not a problem whatsoever. This male is actually owned by my partner, who you saw on a different video. And the colors, when we compare them, will be quite different.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the camera girl says, oh, wow, there's a lot of variation right there. She's seen this guy before. He's obviously younger and a little bit smaller. And part of it's age, and part of it's just variation in the animals. So you can really see, I think he's got a lot brighter color, but the fading isn't as prominent on him. So it depends what you're after. If you want the brighter color in your Lessers, this guy's really rocking it. If you want more of the fade, she's going to stand straight out. She can. You can see, come here girlie, I think there's more fade going on her sides. So there's a difference in the sides. Here's really the difference in the color. You know, and the browns are pretty close, but the amount of yellow and the brightness is a lot higher in this guy than in the girl. So there's your differences in your comparison. Does that answer your question?
It does. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. You're so polite for my camera girl even.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter.
Absolutely.